Eric, what's up?
Hey, boys.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, the thing that pissed me off with the hurricane coverage was yesterday on Fox. They're talking about the whole downtown area, the French Quarter, Canal Street, everything is underwater. And then they have the fucking press conference with the mayor and the governor, and they're saying, oh, yeah, Bourbon Street's dry, Canal Street's dry, the French Quarter's dry. I was waiting for one of the reporters to say, excuse me, but have you been listening to our coverage?
Yeah, they love extending disasters is what the news does. So even though they're not adding any new features really, any new fear features, they love making it sound like it's going to last for forever. And they don't love when the disaster ends. Like the second the water starts receding and going down, they won't want to report that. They'll be like, well, reports that part of the levee is weakening,
right.
And it could burst, causing the whole area to reflood. Like they don't like saying, well, it's getting better.
I just saw a video on the news. I gotta step in here. The guy on the roof pointing at the fire.
Yeah.
The fire is out. It's been out for hours, maybe close to a day now, but they still show the footage of the guy on his roof pointing at the fire.
The Carlos Mencia looking guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
So until they get other outrageous footage, they're going to keep showing the stuff they already have.
Like it's happening now.
Right. The average viewer is looking up going, oh, my God, look at that poor guy on his roof, pointing at the fire. Well, that has passed, that one incident.
Right. Yes, sir.
But they'll continue showing that all day long.
Hey, you guys are talking about the gas stuff. One of the biggest things, I've got a lot of friends who work refining and whatnot, and they said that is one of the biggest issues right now is refining capacity is down. And one of the local talk show hosts here in Denver yesterday was commenting that the oil and gas industry is bringing in more crude than they're refining.
Oh, yeah?
It's a variation of something like 600,000 barrels a day.
Well, then why don't we get refineries cranking? That would be more jobs?
Because the fucking environmentalists won't let us build one.
There you go.
They have been trying to build 5 refineries in Arizona for 3 years, and the environmental lobby has it tied up in court.
You know what, dude? I'll say the environmental lobby is irritating, but the big oil companies have really. There's so many other alternative ways to do this that's
is there
just not being.
really?
I think so. Yeah,
I don't think there are.
I think so.
At the point we're at in history, right here, maybe in the future, someday we'll have matter antimatter generators like in Star Trek. But right now, it's all about the Earl.
I'm all for the windmills.
Windmills, huh?
I want more windmill fields.
More than bird killers.
Covering the entire country in windmills might work.
Wow, that drive from, where is it? The drive from Phoenix, I guess, to the left coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you pass through the windmill farms. Holy crap. It goes for, how many miles does that go for?
That's a lot.
Seriously, like 50, 60 miles?
That's a lot of miles of windmills.
Just massive windmills.
Have you heard how many hundreds of thousands of birds are killed by those windmills every year?
Really? Fuck them.
It's funny, the environmentalists talk about how great windmills are, but at the same time, then they turn around and you have the animal rights groups say, well, yes, we derive power from the windmills, but the windmills are killing hundreds of thousands of birds per year who fly into the blade.
You know what I say? Pump the shit out of Alaska. Why not? Who goes up there? Laszlo. Laszlo's the only guy I know who actually went to Alaska.
Hold on, there it is, right there. It's, making my point. Fox
The
News,
same fire.
Same exact fire from yesterday with the guy pointing at it from the rooftop. Stop.
Why do you need a devastating graphic when that's not what's happening right now?
That is not happening right now. That's the stuff we saw yesterday.
It probably wasn't even happening yesterday. It probably happened 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That's probably from another storm.
That might be from 1969.
Fox is really, really beginning to get under my skin. Pardon my French.
Ooh.
Just stop with
Language.
the old footage. You got enough new footage to go with. Where did the guy go? We're talking about the.
I think there are alternative things that are. You look at the electric cars and stuff like that. You can see that the technology is really. I mean, they're getting like a lot. Like Steve's got a hybrid. Steve drives a hybrid, which is just creepy on some level.
I have my hybrid.
Yes, it runs on water and honey and bee energy. I scoop them out and I put them in the gas tank. And as they try to leave, my car goes.
Generates energy.
Stupid. Fucking trying to keep his own little outdoor place.
Bee power. There you go. Yeah, that's all well and fine, the hybrids, but he still pulls up to a gas pump.
Yeah.
He still uses petrol.
I just think they're like, what? You're Malata mongrel class of vehicle.
Steve's got the hybrid.
What's wrong with the hybrid?
Nothing. I'm asked. I was actually defending.
How much does it cost to fill up?
Now it's about $20.50.
$20.50
Right
to
there.
fill up your tank.
Right there, it makes
How
it
many
sound
miles
great.
do you go?
400 miles on that.
400 miles. I just filled up my Escalade yesterday.
Are you over $50?
I am so over $50.
I went over 50 for the first time. My tank's smaller than yours. I'm like, what? $50 to fill it up from empty?
$65, and on that I can go 350 miles.
Yeah, I mean it's not. I don't.
Truckers are laughing at us right now. By the way,
know.
But you know what it is? I don't care about gas prices. Why? Because we're rich.
Speak for yourself.
really.
No, you know, I don't think about gas. I only fill up like once every 10 days living in the city. I do the cellar and back every night.
Yeah,
I don't
you
do
really
any driving.
don't drive that much.
It's amazing. So it's like, I mean, whatever it is, I don't notice because I
My
never use
commute's
gas.
not that far. I can go for a week or so, a week and a half on a full tank if I'm just driving in and driving back home. So
But you're up to $65.
$65 to fill the gas
It
tank
hit
up in that
50 for the
monster.
first time for me, and I was like, what?
I'm noticing I'm getting a little lonely out there in the huge SUV club.
Oh, you
yeah.
certainly are.
You look around now. Remember, a couple of years back, you could not. You drive down any highway, it was SUV after SUV. Now, not seeing as many.
Yes.
Kind of alone out
You
there.
can't have an SUV unless there's a TV in the back of the seat and you have gold teeth. That's who drives SUVs: pimps and dope dealers and radio hosts who can't wait to get home and get away from the germs.
Jimmy's on fire.
That's it. I got away from the germs. Of course.
I'm sorry, Steve. So your hybrid, which actually gave us a nice ride to Ozfest.
Yeah,
You wanted to
really
leave
is.
early, so I missed Sabbath.
Did it?
But how was
the
you wanted to leave early,
acceleration, Jim?
The pickup is not that bad. It's a quick little car. It doesn't go really fast. It goes maybe I've had it up to about 95 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And at that speed, it gets about 12 miles to the gallon, maybe around 11 and a half miles to the gallon. But at most,
wait. 12 miles a gallon?
That's
that
it?
hunk of shit? I thought it was like 80 miles a gallon.
no. At that speed,
Well, he was going 95 miles
at
an
95
hour.
miles an hour.
All
your
right,
foot
if you're going
pinned to the
extremely
floor.
fast.
How would my Saturn, and I'm not trying to name drop, but how much would my Saturn get to a gallon?
I don't
At
know. I don't
90
know.
miles an
A rough
hour?
guess, I mean-
Probably not that
that
good
much.
either.
No.
Okay.
Like when I'm coasting around the city, this thing gets around 60 miles to the gallon. I mean, when you look at the energy meter, it says it's getting 100 miles to the
You have
gallon.
an energy meter?
The whole
You
front
got to
of
get
the
in
thing.
his car. It's half that.
My energy meter.
Yeah, half those meters are bullshit. They're just there
Well,
spinning and lighting up for no real reason.
Well, it tells you when the engine is shut off, basically.
When the gasoline
yeah.
engine has shut down and you're running on battery power.
When you're running on battery power, because as it's moving and as you're braking, it's charging the hybrid. Thank you, Jimmy. I speak with my hand.
So when Steve talks, I just interrupt you see Steve is moving his left arm, and like it looks like he's holding a softball that doesn't exist. That's how his hand is
Right.
clenched. And like a Roman emperor, he's presenting something to the
presenting.
people. And it's just well-spoken dreck.
Or is it a-
horse shit to the rest of the car.
Yeah,
Horse
exactly.
shit. Where are your batteries stored in
In
that
the trunk.
hybrid? In the trunk.
Well, not in the trunk. It's in that area, I guess.
Below
where
the trunk.
Yeah, below the trunk.
where a
It's-
gas tank would be.
Yeah, I mean, half of it is like maybe a 10 or 11 gallon gas tank.
Any
How far are
problems?
batteries Can you go? Like, say you run out of gas, how far can you go on your battery?
I've had it down to 0 once, and I went about maybe 20 miles, I think.
And you're on no gas.
On no gas. I mean, but you have to drive pretty slow. You got to drive about 30 miles an hour when you do that.
Why did you run out of gas?
Because I wasn't paying attention.
What could you?
With all those gauges and
Well,
meters,
you
I
know what?
got
It was
confused.
it was brand new. It was brand new, and I thought, shit, let's see what this thing can do. And I was on.
I know what happened.
What happened?
You went to get gas, and when you got out, they thought you were threatening. They didn't realize you were just standing up to look around.
I seem to have run out of petrol. Tigger, could you pump some gas into this, please?
or something, or something that sounds like that to the attendant.
Wow.
But you're right. You don't see that many SUVs on the road. You just don't.
No.
And you won't. And what about those people that have to drive in from Western New Jersey or
Maine.
Eastern Long Island? Exactly.
Commute from Maine.
But that's the way to go, man. He's getting like 60 miles to a gallon or 40 miles, or 50 miles to a gallon. My point was that like when there are ways to do it
To cut down.
a lot. They could do it full electric if they wanted to. They could. Come on, they absolutely could. I mean,
But don't we live in a country where if we want to drive an apartment building on wheels, we should be able to?
If you can afford it, absolutely.
I mean, why not? This is America. And if we want to drive these huge gas-sucking SUVs, we should be able to. We shouldn't even have to worry about it. We shouldn't have to be rich and fancy. We should be able to just be the average Joe that goes to work and earns a good wage every day. He should still be able to buy that big vehicle because we're Americans. We shouldn't have to be like a big cuddly bear and buy a roller skate with a D-cell battery in it to get to work. A hybrid. What? It says pussy car. It's a pussy mobile.
Certainly does not.
There is nothing sexy, nothing strong, nothing. People heads aren't going to turn.
And why? Then how come there's year-long waiting lists for these things? Are there that many pussies that want hybrids?
Yes.
Only one company is dumb enough to make them.
Right.
It's a hybrid. It's part vehicle, part carnivore.
Hybrid.
I'm spending a lot less on gas.
Yeah, I got my hybrid. It's a chick magnet.
Well, look, Lexus is making a hybrid Lexus SUV that's coming out. That's actually, I think it's out right now.
Really?
The Highlander is an SUV. Hummer's making a hybrid, which I don't understand because it's going to maybe 14 miles.
What make is yours?
Toyota.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Speaking of hybrids, did they take that magazine? Because I want a picture hung up.
That's a hybrid, all right.
I like Steve for doing that, though. I respect the fact that he's saving some money.
Let's say hi to Tim in St.
job.
Louis. Tim, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Hope?
Hey, man. Tim,
you're on.
go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, that's nothing. I just wanted to say it took I filled up my tank yesterday on my big truck, and it was almost $700.
$700.
$700. What do you drive? Like a tanker truck? Do you have to fill the actual rig, the back?
No, it's a 2001 Freightliner. It's got 150-gallon tanks on each side.
Wow.
Oh, 300 gallons. Oh, $700.
How many miles you go on that?
I'm on my way to Spartanburg, South Carolina right now from St. Louis.
I mean, how many miles can you go on a full tank?
About 1,200.
1,200?
That's it?
That's a lot of miles, man. Come on.
For
Yeah.
$700?
Pretty good. 1,200.
How much a gallon, sir? I don't feel like doing the math.
I was in Nevada about 2 weeks ago, and I paid $2.79 a gallon.
That's high.
They're saying in Jersey it's up to $3 in some places
Yeah.
already. All right, Tim, thank you. Well, we're going to get a lot of these calls. John in Oklahoma, $640 to fill up his tank. Right, John?
Yeah.
What do you drive, a Honda?
No. No, Freightliner.
All right. Well, obviously, it's out of control, the fuel cost.
Tell B-Power Steve that all the money he's saving on gas will be spent replacing that $500 battery in about 3 years. Also, that big old acid-filled battery causes more damage to the environment than gas.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
You don't have it's not vented, right? Not vented batteries.
No,
Yeah, the
it's
old
a
style batteries
self-contained.
used to leak.
Yeah, it's totally self-contained, and they're selling tons of them. So
Have they told you about battery life and how long those things are supposed to last?
I'm
Something
sure
tells
it's in the
me it ain't
documentation somewhere.
It ain't just like going to Sears and buying one of those batteries and popping it under your hood.
Well, no, that's the thing. It does regenerate power. It doesn't. The combustion engine powers the fuel cell while you're driving. So as far as how long that lasts, I don't know. I can look it up though.
Yeah.
And the guy who just wrote that, he's like one of those guys. He just says shit.
Gloom and doom guy.
Dude, that acid causes more problems than gas. And people go, really? Yeah. He's the guy that when you talk about counterfeiting money, he's like, dude, the government's the ones counterfeiting it.
Yeah. Where's your facts? None.
Dude, they are.
Don't have
There's
one.
a website. Let's say hi to Carl in Texas. Carl, what do you got for the program?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Carl.
Hi, Carl.
Yeah, when I was in college, we actually built a couple of hybrids for the Department of Energy. One that was gas electric, like what Steve's got, and one that's a hydrogen full hybrid. And to be honest, yeah, those gas electrics are great, but the mileage on them is still a problem. You're still using gas. Yeah, it's a start, but the reality is the way it looks like it's going, and BMW's already produced one, and Honda's already made one, and GM's making them. It's these hydrogen-powered vehicles.
No, he's right. He's right, but you have to put hydrogen refueling stations on the highways, and it's going to be a while. The
Yeah,
hybrid
good.
car is a nice transition piece.
The main problem
Yeah, where do you find one of those?
There was a good hydrogen-powered mode of transportation a few years ago. It was called the Hindenburg. That thing worked out well.
Oh, my God, the humanity.
Oh, vehicle. But no, you guys are talking about
get out of the way.
SUV. The purpose of the vehicle was to actually produce it to make it exactly like a 2000 Suburban, and it had the same functionality, same acceleration, same haul, everything. So you didn't lose anything. So to the driver, it was exactly the same vehicle. It's just you fill up at a different place. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Carl.
Yeah, take care.
Chuck from Pittsburgh saying, sorry, the increase in my weekly gas cost from $1.60 a gallon to $2.60 a gallon is about $22. The cost of walking away from an accident, priceless. There you go. I like some steel around me, my friend. How about that? What happens when your car gets rear-ended and you get battery acid all over?
Well, that is the one drawback.
Yeah, that is a drawback.
You know, the whole fucking car is a crumple zone. I mean,
It's
really.
a huge, like, of just tinfoil and battery acid is what you drive around in.
Yeah, it's a very light car, hopefully. And if you read about hybrids, you realize that the progression would be to build these things out of lighter, stronger metals.
Of course.
So that, you could build a smaller car that wouldn't weigh so much.
Composites and
Exactly.
space-age polymers.
Exactly, but that's where it's going.
Oh, there goes Steve. Steve is driving around in the studio in his hybrid.
Here comes Steve to work.
See, once again, Steve's doing laps in his hybrid. Cool. Look out. Look, here he comes. Oh, Steve.
He's showing off now. Jesus.
There's a bear driving the hybrid.
Clumsy claws are trying to hit the buttons. They're fumbling.
Steve, careful.
Doesn't make sense that you're the one with the hybrid. You should be driving the Hummer.
Oh, you need the big vehicle.
I used to have an SUV.
You must be hysterical squeezing into that thing.
No, it's not. It's surprisingly roomy on the inside. Ope's been inside it. It's
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of room on the inside.
It's a weird angle, though.
What do you mean, angle?
I can't even explain it. Like the windshield, and it goes up like.
Does he have one of those huge dashboards?
Yeah.
Like, because the windshield has to be at such an extreme angle to cut down on wind resistance?
Yeah, it's a weird
God,
angle. So you're
stop
looking out
it.
the front, through the windshield, but because of the angle, it's just a strange view.
Yeah, the windshield is huge. It's shaped like a big wedge to cut down on the wind resistance.
It's like a big cheese wedge shape.
Oh, my goodness.
It's really strange. You can't put anything on your dashboard because it starts off really, really, tiny and gets bigger.
All right, hop in it again, Steve. Take another
Okay.
lap around.
Faggot.
It's a hybrid.
See him on the side of the highway, broken down with an electrical cord, looking for a place to plug it in.
You don't have to plug it in, though, Jim.
Of course you don't.
All right, we have another song parody that came in overnight in honor of Steve and his hybrid car.
Oh. Well, Steve should come in and talk about something, because
Yeah, let's get Martini Steve in the studio
a
here.
little problem, I think.
Here comes Steve.
That's what we had. Where is he?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh, Steve,
Yeah.
what's the problem?
Well, hybrids are very efficient, but the one way they do perform just like regular cars is when you leave the dome light on all night, it does kill the regular battery.
The dome light on for what, 3 seconds?
Wait,
That's
all it took
leaving
to shut down your hybrid?
leaving the interior lights on all night. Yeah, killed the killed. It didn't shut off the hybrid engine, so once I got it jumped, it worked just fine. But the regular electronics, like the windows and stuff like that, operate off the same battery that a regular car would operate off of.
And your starter?
Yeah, everything. So leaving all the lights on would kill the battery just like it would in any other car.
But why would it kill? Did it kill the electric motor that drives your car?
Not at all.
So theoretically, you could have backed out under electric power.
Once I got it jumped, the thing worked fine.
I'm not talking about to get it jumped.
That's right.
I mean, could you have backed it out under your electric motor power?
Well, no, because I couldn't start it.
But isn't it just a switch? Because it's
The electric switch that powers the switch that turns on the car. Yeah. The actual switch that turns on that 300-volt electric motor is powered by a normal, regular, die-hard type battery.
So even though there's enough power to run the electric motor, you can't start it
right
to run it on the electric motor.
That I learned last night, or
That sucks.
yesterday morning. Yeah, exactly.
Because you should be able to run it on just the electric motor.
That's exactly what I thought. And once you actually get the thing, once you actually power up the starter and get it going, yeah, everything's fine, and it starts pumping power back into the regular auxiliary battery.
Shouldn't there be a backup that perhaps the batteries that power your electric motor that were fine, that you say, can then be used to maybe jumpstart your car?
I think there actually is, but I'm not well versed enough.
Is there? Try it again.
The old faggot mobile is not starting.
It's not a faggot mobile. I am paying a lot less for gasoline.
You got to jump on a cock and ride that to work.
Did you jerk off in the gas tank?
With that said, there's a good segue into Chemistry's song about Steve's hybrid car.
Oh, lovely song.
Good old Chemistry. Yeah, I'm sure you're pissed off by this one, no?
He's good, so I can't really get pissed off at him, but, it doesn't really...
He's pretty much calling you a faggot.
Yes, he is.
In this song.
Mm-hmm. We're pretty much laughing and agreeing.
Yeah.
Here's Chemistry's hybrid song for Steve.
Hybrid song, yeah. I know a big bear. He talks with good diction, hibernates in a Toyota with good fuel emissions and great tax deductions. His habitat's a hybrid. His paws are on the steering wheel. He barely fits inside it. His cave has XM and a keyless entry. Don't leave a cent in your tent. His belly is empty. The only bear I know with gastric bypass, smarter than the average. Roll up in the hybrid and steal your picnic basket. The ranger's lunch always makes his belly groan. The last I seen him, he was speeding round Jellystone, getting 40 miles per gallon, rolling through the Rockies, doing Ramon promos for 2 disc jockeys. Steve's a piece of garbage, forged for nuts and berries, top of the food chain but drives a car for ferries. Piece of shit, stores energy with friction and magnets. Ramon. Hybrids are for faggots, hybrids are gay, Steve's a queer. Plug in your automobile, you take it in the rear, you homo. Yo, his car got a kickstand, go and buy a new one, spend more than $6,000. Hybrids are gay, Steve's a queer. If you plug in your automobile, you take it in the rear, you homo. His car got a kickstand, go and buy a new one, spend more than $6,000. Hybrid something. Hybrid something.
Come on, Steve. Come on, yeah. All right, well.
Piece of crap.
I'm going to go work on my new song, Chemistry Got Killed with a Claw Hammer.
So how'd you get into work?
They gave me a rental until they can.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean it's not. It's under full warranty, and they go, yeah, okay, we're just going to replace the battery. So.
They gave you a rental. Was it a hybrid rental?
No, it's not because they can't keep those in the showroom long enough to.
They're flying off the shelf.
They certainly are.
Well, not.
There's another one.
You know what? Call me a homo if you want, but the fact of the matter is, okay,
Homo.
fag. But there's a year-long waiting list for these cars, so
You know what else is a waiting list for? AZT.
Well, when they only make 100 a year,
That's not. They don't.
Exactly.
That's why there's
How
a
many
waiting
are-
list, you idiot.
How many are on the assembly line?
Plenty of them.
Oh, stop it.
Did you wait when we were in Los Angeles? Didn't you see all the hybrid cars that were out
No.
No, I was
did.
too busy whizzing past them in some souped-up rocket car that I rented.
What happened to your car? Did the power surge protector fail? Plug-in vehicle makes me sick.
there? It's not a plug-in vehicle.
It certainly is.
It's
Hybrid taxis are coming to New York.
exactly.
Big
All the-
story in the paper
Yeah.
today.
Apparently, there's a surplus of faggot cab drivers.
Yep.
These taxi cab drivers have the option to convert from gas-guzzling Ford Crown Victorias to any of 6 car models that run on both gas and electricity.
Great.
So,
Here's my friend.
hybrid cabs coming to New York, it looks like. Great.
Steve was driving to work and almost got rear-ended because he pushed in the cigarette lighter by accident, and his speed went down like 20 miles per hour.
Doesn't do that.
No.
It doesn't.
I kind of like that at one end.
Yeah.
I like that. I kind of like this.
It's good format, but my presentation really
Here's when you
stunk.
knew that one was finished.
Yeah.
Because when you said he pushes his cigarette lighter in, and then you kept on trucking, and then
Yeah.
it tends to slow the car down 20 miles.
Tends to. I had to pick a speed. Yeah, it really stunk. My presentation blew.
It was just a little mixed up.
Good
It was-
idea, because I could picture Steve
I like the idea.
driving, and then the cigarette lighter, and then he slows down because of the battery, But
Just the idea of Steve being rear-ended is funny in itself.
That's true.
All right,
So
Steve.
mean.
No, I love you, Steve, but just
Why don't you take off there, Steve?
All right. Oh, what?
Come on, Steve. Come on, there he goes. All right.
Push that piece of shit out of here.